Invincible, enigmatic, godly. These three words describe Musashi Miyamoto, a name that echoes throughout history as Japan's greatest samurai. Born in 1584 in the Harima province, young Musashi was the son of a warrior. Growing up in a Japan ravaged by war and strife, Musashi was thrust into a world where the art of the sword wasn't just a skill, but a means of survival. Even as a child, his destiny was shaped by the blade. At the tender age of 13, Musashi encountered his first trial, a duel that would forever ignite his warrior spirit. His opponent was a traveling samurai named Arima Kihei, who had issued a public challenge to the city. Amidst the clashing of blades and the anticipation of onlookers, young Musashi emerged victorious. This was his first triumph, setting the course for his legendary journey. When Musashi was only 16, he took part in the Battle of Sekigahara, which is regarded by most as the greatest battle in Japanese history. In a war between two powerhouses, the conflict ultimately decided who would rule Japan. Unfortunately for Musashi, he was aligned with the losing side and barely escaped the battlefield with his life. Having faced the brutal reality of combat, Musashi set out with a newfound resolve, vowing to perfect his swordsmanship. As he traveled the country, Musashi encountered masters of various sword schools, absorbing their teachings while forging his own unique path. With each duel, Musashi's sword grew sharper and his strategies more refined. He was a genius with a natural aptitude for combat. It was during these years that Musashi developed the Nitten Ichi Ryu, the renowned two-sword technique that became his legacy. Musashi's method embodied the idea of simultaneous attack and defense, bringing the practitioner to a state of complete awareness and harmony. The Nitten Ichi Ryu didn't just elevate Musashi's legendary status, it revolutionized the art of swordsmanship. A puzzle that no one could solve, Musashi held an undefeated record through more than 60 duels. However, Musashi's early years were more than just battles and bloodshed. With every clash of blades, Musashi grew not just in skill, but in wisdom, unveiling deeper truths about the world and himself. His journey was just beginning, but his legacy was already taking shape in the heart of ancient Japan. Amidst countless duels that honed his skill and spirit, one legendary battle stands out: his duel with Sasaki Kojiro on the remote island of Ganryujima. Sasaki Kojiro, known as the Demon of the Western Provinces, was a formidable swordsman whose skill was revered across Japan. Renowned for his mastery of the longsword, Kojiro was the creator of the deadly swallow reversal technique, a swift and precise strike that mimicked the motion of a swallow's tail. Kojiro's name evoked both awe and fear. As the sun rose on the 13th of April, 1612, Musashi deliberately arrived 3 hours late. Upon his arrival, Musashi taunted his rival in an attempt to anger him. His strategy worked, and an enraged Kojiro lunged at Musashi. The duel was intense and brief. Kojiro made the first move, his famed technique meeting only air as Musashi's sword descended with a fatal strike. The battle was over almost as soon as it began, with Musashi emerging as the victor. Musashi's victory was not just a testament to his skill, but to his deep understanding of strategy, psychology, and timing. His duel with Kojiro became a legend, a story recounted for generations as a lesson in the psychological warfare of combat. Following the battle, Musashi attained a spiritual enlightenment and renounced his participation in any future lethal duels. Musashi began to see the sword as a tool for personal growth and enlightenment, rather than just a weapon for killing. As the warrior's blade grew silent, Musashi retreated to the quiet solitude of the Regando cave to write the Book of Five Rings, a renowned text on strategy, tactics, and philosophy. The book unfolds in 5 scrolls, each representing an element of the universe and a philosophical lesson. The Earth Scroll grounds the reader in the basics of strategy, the foundation upon which all tactics are built. It emphasizes the importance of knowing the physical and spiritual terrain. In the Water Scroll, fluidity and adaptability take center stage. Musashi illustrates that just as water effortlessly changes shape, so too must the warrior adapt to the ever-changing dynamics of combat and life. The Fire Scroll speaks of battle itself and the heat of conflict where speed and rhythm dictate the victor. Musashi notes that understanding the rhythm of the fight is key to seizing the moment of victory. The Wind Scroll is an exploration of the traditions and practices of other sword schools, urging the warrior to know the enemy and oneself. It's a call to see beyond the conventional, to understand that true strategy lies in flexibility and insight. Finally, the Void Scroll. It's the realm of the unseen, the unpredictable. Musashi teaches that embracing the void means understanding the true nature of things. He emphasizes the importance of perceiving the essence that lies beyond mere technique. The Book of Five Rings is Musashi's life distilled into words, a guide not just for warriors, but for anyone seeking to master their own life. Its lessons ripple through the ages, urging us to think beyond the surface, to strategize in life and conflict alike. Musashi Miyamoto spent his remaining years living quietly, dedicating himself to writing literature and creating art. In June of 1645, Musashi passed away from lung cancer. His death marked the end of an era, but the beginning of his eternal legacy. Musashi may have left this world centuries ago, but his journey continues in each of us, in our struggles, our triumphs, and our relentless pursuit of excellence.